Hi, group number ones. Welcome to this week's reading. I'm Pan42 Tarot, but you can call me Pan. This week I am just consulting with our fairy friends because we haven't done that in a while. So this is the card that you got. This is card 59, the Wild Violet. And you also got this mushroom that went with the card. It is a bloodstone mushroom. So I'm going to use this card and the mushroom as your current state. And we're going to use some tarot cards and some oracle cards to kind of flesh out what's going on right now. So this card actually talks a lot about romance. And it talks about how even if we're not currently in a state of romance or in a significant relationship or anything like that, we can still treat ourselves and we can still take care of ourselves as a romantic partner would. Validating our own needs and our own desires and things like that, to really discover what we would need out of a partner and things like that. But it also talks about entering a romantic adventure. Like, you're in a state that you want romance of some kind. We may reveal more of that in a minute. So, the oracle, the tarot deck I'm using today is my Mystic Fairy Tarot. And then I'm going to be pulling 2 oracle cards for you guys at the end. So, let's do it, shall we? So I'm only going to do 4 cards today, and we're doing them in the 4 directions: north, east, south, and west, because they also, as a lot of things, they come in 4s, so they also like line up with the elements, and they line up with the tarot in the way that there are like 4 of the suits of tarot. There's 4 suits in playing cards. There's 4 states of being in how an element can be. There's a lot of 4s. So we're gonna look at this message and see what the fairies has to say about your romantic state of being. We're also kind of putting a little bit of energy into these cards about what am I missing? Like, because fairies are really good at telling you like it is, telling you like what the truth is. So let's see what they have to say. So let's see what the fairies have to say, shall we? So, sorry, these cards are a little longer than I had anticipated, but it will be okay. Okay, so let's look at north last, actually. So we're going to look at the east. This direction is normally of spring, so it's of air and that kind of essence. So it has to do with our thoughts. So we have the 2 of Wands. So the 2 of Wands really talks about looking onto the horizon and trying to see a path forward. It's the moment like before you decide that you need to move on to something. You're like looking forward, trying to suss out the future, trying to compromise, trying to organize. It's like a state of decision, kind of like the 2 of Pentacles, but it's less that you're being pulled between 2 things and more that you are getting ready for an adventure type idea, which makes a lot of sense with this like romance energy. We're like getting ready to move into something new for ourselves. We're getting ready. We're looking out onto the high seas and seeing what's out there. It's like that moment in, I don't know if you guys have ever seen this movie. I assume you have, because we're all nerds on this channel. But if you've seen Moana, she has that whole song about looking out onto the ocean and the ocean's calling me and there's something more, there's more out there. I like want to go see it, right? It's that kind of energy of like something is about to happen, but I don't know what it is. So your mindset is kind of like, I feel like I'm on this precipice and I don't know what's going to happen. So the next card we have underneath is the South card, and this card normally represents summer and fire energy and that kind of thing. So the card we have here is the Five of Cups. Ooh, interesting. So fire, the fire element has to do with doing. It has to do with passion, actually putting that passion into action type of idea. And we have the Five of Cups here. So what I'm really seeing is that we're afraid to leap forward into this energy of romance, of finding a new partner. We're afraid we're going to be hurt again. We're afraid of possible disappointments, of possible letdowns. Maybe you've had a letdown in the past. Maybe you've just gotten out of a relationship, or maybe if you're currently in a relationship, maybe we're afraid to express a new need to our partner or something like that. This might be something new that's come up in the relationship that we're just afraid to make known. It's also like looking on the sadder side of things. Like instead of being like, oh yay, new opportunity, we're like, oh no, great, another way my heart could get broken, you know? So the next card we have, this is the West, and this has to do with the West has to do with water, and it also has to do with autumn. So we have, oh my gosh, yay. So we have the Sun card for you guys. That's so sweet. So the water card has to do with our emotions. It also, because it's autumn, it's like turning over old energy. It's like getting rid of old bad energy and like starting fresh kind of a thing. I know that's like kind of like, it might feel like that's more of a spring thing, but it's getting rid of the poison of the past is more of what I'm feeling from this card. So there's this message that the fairies have of like, hey, so we know you've been hurt in the past, you're kind of hesitant about moving forward in this direction, but we know it's what you really want, because this card represents our emotions. Like, we know it's what you really want, and it's something that will bring joy and happiness to your life. The process of getting there might be a difficult one, but it's definitely a path that you want. So like, don't be afraid to go for it. So the last card we have is the North card, and this card represents winter, and it also represents wow, what is our last element? Oh yeah, Earth. So we have the Two of Pentacles. Hey, we were just talking about this card. So we have the Two of Pentacles. And the Two of Pentacles does talk about juggling two things, having your mind split between two things, kind of not being able to give your whole ass to either one of the things, right? And I think the fairies are kind of saying like, look, if you're of two minds about whether you really want this or not, it might be more difficult for you to find it. They're saying like, be really intentional in what you're looking for, be really decisive in your approach, and don't be afraid to go for it. So I'm gonna draw one more card, and this card's gonna be any advice they have for you guys. Any advice we can get about all of these emotions and thoughts? They're also saying there's going to be a decision at a certain point, like that you have to pursue it or give it up. So the card we have for you guys is the Queen of Swords. Hey, Yep, that's just mimicking what we said in the North card of be decisive, be outspoken, let it be known what you really want, what you really need out of a relationship, out of romance, out of a partner that you already have, out of yourself if you're single and you're not looking. Like, be really clear about what your needs are and how they need to be met. So the last thing I'm going to do for you guys is I have my garden dragons, and we are just going to pull, actually we're going to pull 2 oracles. We're going to pull 1 garden dragons and 1 animal spirit, and that will be your reading for today, my group number 1. So let's see. Oh, I also didn't mention, but the bloodstone is a stone of protection. So the fairies are also being like, hey, so we know you're a little nervous about getting back out there, about playing the field, but you are protected. Like, there is not only the protection of your former hurts, your former disappointments, because now you are wiser and now you are stronger and more able to voice what you need. But there's also the protection of the fairies and your guides and whoever you subscribe to that you feel speaks to you in the moments that you really need advice. Those people are watching out for you too. So, all right. So the 2 cards that we have for you guys is, first we have the kiwi dragon, which is fertile, is his word. The kiwi dragon, and then the other card we have for you guys is the swan. Aww. Okay, so I'm going to read these 2 to you. So let's start with the swan. She is a water animal. The swan. Effortless creativity, sensitive mystic, elegant power. The swan represents heightened creativity. In Hindu mythology, the goddess, let's see if I can say this, Saraswati, the embodiment of language, creativity, and artistry, rides on the back of this graceful creature. The swan is ready to take us there, to the fluid realm of writing, creating, and reflecting. This is a potent and healing energy, and not to be taken for granted or lightly. When the swan card appears, your soul is calling for attention, for solo time. An inner voice is waiting to be heard, an inner vision likely to be revealed. Ooh, I love this. When it is in balance, this energy is infinitely creative. When it is out of balance, it is agitated, snippy, and lacking vision. To bring it into balance, try some solo time or writing. I also like that this is talking about solo energy, main character energy, and like sometimes to attract the partner we need, we do need that solo time to understand ourselves. Anyway, so the other thing we have for you is the kiwi dragon, and he says, here is a dragon who promises growth and fertility. When you see this dark brown kiwi dragon, look for growth. A good night's sleep is essential at this time. Eating 2 kiwi fruits an hour before bed can help you fall asleep quicker. You need your energy for growth and change. If you are looking to increase your family, the kiwi dragon is said to help in matters of fertility. Interesting. So yeah, I mean, if we're searching for some romance, we might be. But yeah, there's this energy of self-care is also a means towards finding the romance you seem to be craving in your life. So that's all I'm seeing for you guys, my group number 1s. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. That helps me out so much on this channel. And I hope you guys have a blessed everything. This was Pan. Bye, you guys.